Okay, everybody, on this sheet, we're going to start looking at everybody's favorite topic, those deductions they take out of your paycheck. Nobody loves it, but it happens to all of us. And if you're going to be in HR, you need to understand how it works. And again, if you're just going to even have a paycheck, it's good to know what's going on. So we're going to look at some of this. We're going to look at FICA taxes and what they include. That's Social Security tax and Medicare tax. Okay, that's FICA stands for Federal Insurance Contributions Acts. These are things that the government takes out of our check and then gives back to us later as sort of like a retirement as we age. Social Security and Medicare are both services that are paid out for people past retirement age. So, and it's figured by percentage. And we know that this employee earns $1,250 a week. And based on that, we need to calculate the Social Security tax. Okay, if you look in your module, you see that Social Security tax is 6.2% of taxable wages, right? So, all we have to do to find it is take our $1,250. Remember, you have to move the decimal 2 places. So we're going to multiply that by 0.062 to find out how much Social Security tax is going to come out of the check of this person who makes $1,250 a week, okay? So we multiply that out, and we get $77.50 for Social Security, okay? Now we have to do Medicare. Medicare tax is 1.45% of taxable wages. And so remember, you have to go twice. So you still start with the $1,250 because it's always both taxes come out of the total. And you're going to multiply it by 0.0145. And you do not have to remember that number. It is in your module, okay? And if you're getting ready to do your assessments, you should probably put that down in a note somewhere so that you remember what those amounts are. And you see that's going to be $18 and 1.25. Let me double check that math. Yes. So we've got a little situation there. We'll make this 13. So you have $77.50 for Social Security, and you have $18.13 for Medicare. All you do to find the total, what does total mean? Total means you add them up. That's what it means here. It's not different. You don't have to do any percentages. You just add the two up, and that gives you your total FICA withholding, which is $95.63 that comes off the top of your payroll. But you're supposed to feel good about it because you're going to see it again when you're old, okay? Okay, now we're going to look a little bit about the chart that is in your module. If you can maybe pull up your module while you're working on this worksheet, if you need to hit the pause button and pull it up, there is a table that HR might use to show income tax withholding. Because on top of your FICA, they also take out income tax out of every check, right? We're used to that. And they have charts that help them understand how much tax to hold out, okay? And this says a single employee is paid $900 biweekly and claims one withholding allowance. Okay, so the chart that's loaded in your module is a biweekly chart. They may have charts for every different kind of payroll that you can have, but I've stuck with the biweekly because that's the chart that I gave you an example from. So if you look at the wages, it says in the wages are, in the left corner, it says at least but less than. If you scroll down, you can put them in this bracket that says at least 900 but less than 920. So probably actually we need to go to the next one, 920 to 940, okay? And then if you scroll back up to the top, you can see that it lists withholdings. There's 0 withholdings, 1 withholding. So this person is a 920 biweekly and has 1 withholding allowance. And all you have to do is pull the total off the chart, which for that is $85. This person gets $85 taken out of their federal income tax. And again, go to your module to be sure you can see the chart and know what I'm talking about, because that is very simple. You don't have to do any factoring at all. You just have to look and see what it says. And this is going to be the same thing. A single employee earns $780 biweekly and claims 0 withholding, because some people want less taken out of their checks, so maybe they can get more back at the end of the year, or at least not owe. Okay, so we see this person makes $780. There's a bracket for $780 to $800, and at 0 withholdings, it is $87. Okay, so you can just pull up that chart and look at it and play with it and see how it can help you to make these distinctions. Okay, we have one more to do. It says an employee earns $1,000 a week and their federal income tax withheld is $110. They've already factored that for you. So we need to calculate their Social Security tax. And what did we say that percentage was? Remember, we said it was 6.2, which gives us a multiplication factor of 0.062. And their Medicare tax, which we said was 1.45, which means we multiply by 0.0145. And then we need to find their total deductions, okay? So we start with their $1,000 a week, and we multiply it by the amount of their Social Security tax, which is withheld, okay? And we get $62, okay? And then we do the same thing with their Medicare amount, which is the same for everybody. That makes it simple. It's not like income tax. It's just a flat rate. It's $14.50. And we add these two up. And this is their total FICA withheld. But also we have this 110, which is their income tax withheld. And so their total deductions are $186.50. And so net pay just means, what do you bring home, okay? So you made $1,000, but the government has taken out, it happens to all of us, $186.50. So your total net pay, or bring home pay, people call it that sometimes, it means the same thing, is 1,000 minus 186. Oops, I hit a wrong button. 50, and your total bring home is $813.50. Okay, guys, that's all I've got on that. If you have any more questions, just reach out to me.